Hello, good evening, and welcome back to Trance Out Live. It is I, Samira Chehabi, and I am your servant, and I am the servant of Trance Out Live. I am here today to again talk to you men who are looking for love, for romance, for sex. We know they aren't always the same thing, but you have to pick and choose. You have to know what you're after and how best to get it. And as your servant, I am here to school you, to educate you. Now, there might be a lady that you fancy, and you have to learn how to approach her, and you have to learn what your intention is in approaching her. Firstly, are you meaning to just plow through her? Are you meaning to just take her and throw her down and use her? Is that your intention? Or do you want to go out on a few dates and romance her and charm her? Or do you want to make her fall in love with you? Do you want her to be with you for the rest of your life? These are all important considerations. And much of this I've learned from trial and error, because I've been treated in so many different ways by many different men who all have different intentions. But what they didn't realize is that I myself have differing intentions at differing times towards different men. There are those men who I would just like to go to a movie with, for example, or maybe to have a casual picnic. There are other men who I would like to take me to a play, or perhaps to church. There are yet other men who I just want them to come over, get naked, and throw me up on the counter and wank me until their wanker falls off. It varies. It depends on my mood. It depends on who it is. It depends on all kinds of things. It depends on everything. It depends on the scent in the air. It depends on perhaps how present you've been in my life, or even if I want you back in my life. Because sometimes the hottest sex can arise between two people who never, ever, ever want to lay eyes on each other again. In fact, sometimes it's steamier when one knows for a fact that you'll never lay eyes on each other again. Because often that is the time that you can be your freest. That is the time you can be your openest. Because God knows you don't want tales coming back to haunt you. You don't want people to know that you visited that adult club. You don't want people to know that you went there with a lady who wasn't really your wife. You don't want people to know that you let somebody feel you up. Maybe that person was of the same gender. Maybe it was somebody of the same gender that you wanted to touch you down under. There's all kinds of secrets that we have and all kinds of reasons for keeping the secrets. But the thing to know, if you want to get laid, if you want to enjoy romance, sex, or lovemaking, is to be clear on your own intention, to be clear on your target, and to make sure that it is always, first and foremost, consensual. Whatever kind of lovemaking it is, whatever kind of sex, whatever kind of role-playing, it must be consensual. It must be the desire of both parties involved, or things can be very, very ugly. And here's the thing to know, here's an important tip, is even if you have very strange desires, it is likely that there is another who shares in your desires. And if you cannot find that person easily, you usually don't stumble upon these people walking down the street. You put in an ad in one of those advertisements. Maybe it's an online advertisement. Maybe it's the back of the Boston Phoenix. Maybe it's on a telephone date line. There's all kinds of ways to connect with people who might have your same taste, your very erotic taste, your desires, your fetishes. You just have to check it out. You have to know what you're getting into. You have to be safe. You have to ask first. Even if you were at the wildest of sex parties, Even if you went there with partners who were supposed to be agreeable to each other, even if you have permission ahead of time, it is always wise to get another yes, or to make sure that somebody wants your touch or wants you to enter them. Always be in line with the thoughts and needs of others. That will get you what you want. That will keep things safe and nice. That will keep you out of prison. I don't think you want to become cellmates with the chocolate pudding man. I don't think so. It will keep you out of jail. It will keep you in good favor with the ladies. If you go to a sex party, it will get you invited back. Simple, common courtesy is important at all times and in all situations. Now, it is also quite important to know that when you are behaving respectfully, and when you come in with your mojo all turned on and looking your finest, it is easy for you to get what you want. You just walk in and let people know that you are indeed all that. And you show your intention, you show your desire through your breathing, through the quickening of your breath, through your calm approach, perhaps breaking the ice with a joke. Oh, by the way, I want to mention, on my last program when I spoke to you guys, you boys, I mentioned that one should never send a lady a dick picture. But I must say that somebody sent me a dick picture after that, and I found it quite comical and quite pleasing. I think I may have even shared it. But it was a picture of Dick Van Dyke, looking very silly, like in a waiter's costume. So that was breaking the ice. That gentleman showed me, not only did he listen and did he hear me, but he came in with his own style, with his own uniqueness, with his own specialness, with his own flavor of humor. And I found that very, very appealing. And it made me laugh. And when I told others about it, it likewise made them laugh. So humor is a very good aphrodisiac. Paying attention to what you were told and responding accordingly is a good aphrodisiac. Making a nice approach, bringing a small gift, or a gentle touch is all going to get you to that place you want to go, wherever it is. Whether you're looking for romance, or whether you're looking to throw someone down on the floor and bang them hard, you have to know what they want, and you have to wait for the moment. And let's think about that now, as we now go into a trance together. Let's all take a long, slow, deep breath together. Stare deeply in my eyes if you so choose, and exhale. Another long, slow, sexy breath, and exhale. Another soothing, sexy, resonating breath. And feel passion moving and flowing through you as you exhale. Very good. Continuing to breathe now at your own pace. Continuing to look into my eyes if you so choose, or if you prefer, you can close your eyes. But I'm guessing you want to keep looking at me. You want to know what it's like to look in the eyes and into the soul of a real, living and breathing woman. A woman who knows what she wants. A woman who knows how to speak up. A woman who knows how to show you what she wants. So you can get used to seeing that in my eyes. In my eyes, what I want is you to get what you want the right way. Okay? I want you to find your perfect passion in a way that is perfect for anyone that you touch. So again, continuing to breathe and to relax and to feel passion moving and flowing inside you. You can consider now what your heart and what your groin desires. You can consider who your mind and who your heart desires. Who have you fancied? Who have you been thinking about? Who do you dream about? Who do you fantasize about? And now take a moment to imagine and perhaps install a light signal system in your head, like a traffic light. A red light, a yellow light, and a green light. And you can allow these signals in your mind to help you to determine when it is time to take action, when it is time to move cautiously, and when it is time to go for it, to accelerate. So now in the future, anytime you are thinking of making your move or preparing for seduction, you can call upon the signal lights in your mind. And you can allow them to, like myself, be your servant. Be a servant unto you, showing you if you should halt all progress. Perhaps that halt sign, that red light, perhaps it is showing you that you are not with the kind of person that wants to do the kind of thing that you're thinking of doing. That would be important to know, would it not? And perhaps you can come to learn that that yellow light tells you to slow down that horny bulldozer inside you, to wait patiently, to be seductive, to spend a little more time involved in foreplay, compliments, asking, can I get you anything? How are you doing? How was your day? Some ladies like that. So we have your red light that tells you either to stop for the time being, or perhaps that red light on some days just says, no way, Jose. Sometimes the red light is a warning, and it could be a warning that this woman isn't even a woman. Maybe she's a cyborg. Maybe she's a blow-up doll. Maybe she's got a social disease. So use that red light, a protectionary device. But the fact remains, you should always bring protection. So maybe the red light is telling you to stop and get out your protection, or to know where it is. So when the time is right, you will be ready. You will be well equipped. Besides what dangles between your legs, you will have a raincoat for that fine fellow that you call your friend. So the red light can stop you from making the wrong choice. It can stop you from proceeding down a path that could cause you irreparable harm. It could stop you from proceeding without your protection and without protecting your lady. Okay, I know that is not very sexy talk, but what's really sexy is being able to get it on and to enjoy sex fully, and to have both people enjoying sex fully. So these stoplights, these traffic lights are so helpful when you apply them, when you use them. So again, then there's the yellow light, or amber light. Some fancy people call it an amber light. If that light is showing in your mind, it just means slow down. You are probably going the right direction. You are probably heading towards the right partner. But it is telling you to move with caution, to slow your act down, to maybe put it in park for a few minutes. Anyway, some ladies take a little bit longer to warm up. Maybe it is suggesting that you offer your lady a beverage. Or maybe, and this is a unique concept that you may never have heard of, maybe it's suggesting that you play a little hard to get. Maybe once in a while, as I said in my last video, you lean in and then you lean out. Maybe you move a little closer and then you move a little bit further away. And you watch and you wait and you listen and you gauge your partner's response. When you move close, do they open to you, or do they hold tightly onto their chairs and cross their legs? these things are very telling, and you must pay attention. This is not a time to only be thinking with Mr. Happy downstairs, okay? This is a time to observe the lady's breathing, to observe, is she touching her hair? Is she batting her eyes? Has her breath quickened when you move towards her? Does her breath quicken in a sexy way? Or does she seem scared? Okay, you need to know the difference. And if it quickens enough, and if there's enough signs, then that light in your mind can immediately turn green. And you need to pay attention for that, because you do not want to miss the signal light when it turns green. You want to be ready to go for it. To go for it with all your gusto, to be fully ready with whatever you need to be ready with. Because some ladies like it nice and easy, and other ladies like to do it on the floor, or under the table, or on the kitchen counter. Or maybe they want to be your table of desire, and maybe you are the legs of that table. Maybe you are the floor under their table. So you do not want to miss that green light. You want to be ready to go, and to go the distance. That's right. And through all this planning, and all the fantasizing, and all the flirting, all the good juice goes downstairs where it belongs. Not just for you, not just into your balls, but it goes into your lady's ovaries. It flows into her groin. And if you play your cards really right, you will both have expansive orgasms, perhaps multiple orgasms. And someday I will even tell you about the elusive squirting orgasm. It's likely you've never had that experience with a lady. Few men have, because few men take the time to get their ladies to a place where they can let go with that kind of force, with that kind of wow. But any lady can do it in the right circumstances, when she trusts enough, when she is hot enough. So again, let's go deeper now into the trance, deeper into my eyes, look deeper and deeper. Getting in touch with the suggestions, the helpful advice. Knowing that I am your servant. I am not here to tell you what to do. I am here as a guide, a servant of your happiness, a helper in your lovemaking, a coach, an advisor. I would never go so far as to call myself an angel, because this is a boa constrictor on my head. It is not a halo. You know what I mean. I am here with the solid advice. So again, you may take the suggestions, you may allow the suggestions to grow and to move and to flow inside your mind. And you may get in touch with these traffic lights, the signals in your mind, signaling you when to stop, when to wait, when to proceed with caution, and when to go for it. See, feel, and hear yourself, learning to understand those signals, remembering to put them into play. Get in touch with how helpful the signals are so that you remember to use them. And remember, what you get and how far it goes and how long it lasts and how good it is depends on your approach, your intention, and you finding the right partner. That's right, go deeper as these messages. Embed in your mind, embed in your heart, and embed in your genitals. That's right. That's right. You are now learning the secrets of lovemaking, the secrets of profoundly great sex, the secrets of sharing ecstasy with the woman, a grown woman who wants you back, and how to get the woman to desire you, to want you, perhaps even to need you at times. And no, it is not a contest. It is never a contest. It is always a giving and a sharing and a willingness to go deeper, to take it further into the body, mind, heart, spirit, and even the flesh of your partner. Being joined first emotionally, visually, then being joined physically when the time is right, and perhaps even on some level spiritually. And again, that depends on the kind of relationship. Not all relationships are spiritual. Some relationships are the opposite of spiritual. They are just there to fill a momentary need, a desire, and that is okay. Again, the key is being consensual, always having permission, having the right approach with the right person at the right time. Imagine your lovemaking and your sexual interludes playing out exactly as you desire, in line with your fantasies. Imagine your body moving as one with your lover or with your sex partner, joined physically. And how exciting is that? How exciting is it when two bodies come together in hunger and in passion and in longing? Oh my goodness, just the thought that joining and your hearts beat together and your energies combine, the sacred, holy, healing, mystical, erotic energies flowing together, glistening inside you, glowing through you. Yes. And you can hold on to those sweet thoughts, those sexy thoughts. You can carry them with you into your sleep if this is your bedtime, or into your thoughts and fantasies if this is not your bedtime. But you're preparing now to return, to come back to the presence of the room you're in. Returning fully alert and clear soon to me and my happy little budgerigars, my parakeets in the background, chirping you hello, welcoming you back. And at the count of 5, you will return and be fully alert and clear, and more mindful of the best ways to go about getting what you want. 1, 2, feeling great. 3, feeling the good juice moving inside you. 4, knowing that you want to get it on and that you can get it on. And 5, fully alert and clear. Fully alert and clear. It is I, Samira Chehabi, your servant, welcoming you back. And on behalf of Trance Out Live, I wish you many happy and great orgasms. Love you, and peace out for Trance Out Live.